Hi, welcome to A2Knowledge.com. So in this video we are going to discuss about higher order function in Scala. So Scala is a functional programming language plus object oriented. So generally we have many concepts in object oriented programming like Java, C++, even in Scala. So we have like inheritance, polymorphism, interface. So kind of concepts we have in object oriented world. Similarly, we have some subtopics in functional programming world also, especially if you take Scala, we have 7 to 8 functional concepts alone. So now we are going to discuss one such functional concept called higher order function. So first we can see in theory, then we can jump into the practical part. So this is a general definition which internet says. So higher order function is a function that either takes a function as an argument or returns a function. Okay, I have a function and generally you will be having a function and the function accepts some arguments from you. It can be an integer argument, it can be a string argument. So we used to pass some values for the variables. But the thing is here my argument itself a function actually. Okay, when I show you in practical, you will come to know. Or when it returns a function returns a function or function which accepts a function is a higher order function. So in other words, we can say a function which works with function is called higher order. Yes, exactly. I said you have some orders inside a function, right? So higher order function. And this higher order function allows you to create three more other sub functions. Okay, which is these three topics comes under higher order function only. Function composition, lambda function, and anonymous function. So these three functions, which I will explain you in a different video. So today we can see the core concept of what is higher order function in practical. Okay, so I use Eclipse editor to code all Scala programs I used to run in Eclipse, and you can see in my previous videos where I have explained how to use Eclipse with Scala and how to do your first program and all those things. And you can find the Scala entire video playlist link in the description box of this video. And also I have shared this code link in the description box, that is where my website link a2jetknowledge.com, where you can find the code. You can find the link in the description box of this video. So this is kind of a simple program I have just took from internet. So in some website, in a random website, I have taken this example. Okay, we can just look into this. So this I created a Scala object file, object higher underscore order, and which has two functions and one main method. Okay, so two functions. First one, the function name is function example, and the second function name is multiply by 2. And these two function has its own logic. And as of now, you don't want to look into what is this commented lines. So I will explain you this later. Just you see these lines first. Now in the main method, if you see, I'm just invoking the first function and I'm passing some values. So let's see what first function logic has. It has two arguments. One is integer, another one is also integer. And the return type of this function is unit. That is, whenever you see unit in Scala, the method is not going to return anything. Generally in Java we use void, right? Similarly here we use unit. Even though you don't specify anything for the function, the return type, it will consider that as unit. You don't want to mention this in explicit. If you want to mention like it is going to return int or string, where you need to mention like this. See, the second method is going to return integer. Okay. So now what is the logic inside this function example method is, I'm just doing in println f of a. If you see here, a is first argument, f is second argument. But how I am invoking in my println is second argument of a, that is f of a. Okay. Now what is the second function is all about? It has one argument a and the return type is integer, and the logic which I have written is a star 2, that is a multiplied by 2. Okay. Now I am invoking the function example from my main method and I am passing two arguments, because you have to pass two arguments, right, when you invoke, because this method has two arguments. So you need to pass two values. So one value is a number 25 and another value is a function. If you see, multiply by 2 is a function here. I am passing a function to another function, as the definition said. I told you in the definition. So a function which accepts another function as an argument. So that's what happening here. I'm just passing another function. So what will happen? These two values will go here. Okay, a 25, we substitute a for 25, and f for f we substituting with multiply by 2. So this is a number and this is a function. Now you are doing f of a, that means multiplied by 2 of a. You can see here, this f of a is nothing but multiply by 2 of 25. That is, you are invoking a function from another function. So that means you are calling the function. So what happened? Immediately this multiply by 2 will get executed with input of 25. So this, when you substitute 25 here, I will just put a comment line here. So you are passing 25 to this EA. So in that case, here you will get it as 25 into 2. Okay, that means 50. So output of this program, you will get it as yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, you are getting it as 50. So this is what an higher order function is all about. See, generally, like I have some 50 functions in my Scala program, and I need to do this multiply by 2. I need to do a multiplication by 2 in all the methods. So then we need to write this piece of code in all the methods. Instead, if this method is going to be common for all other functionalities, then I can write this multiply by 2 as a separate function, and I can pass this function as an argument to another functions and methods whenever it is required. Okay, it's a kind of one use case which I can tell you. But when you start writing some Scala programs where you have more flexible towards functions, you can minimize the lines of code, so that obviously the speed will be get increased for your program. The analysis speed or whatever it is, it will be get increased. That means the speed will get increased and the performance will be get increased. The running time will get decreased. Okay. So here, as I told you, we have three more functions in higher order still. So I will explain you that in a different video, and we have many other Scala videos in my playlist link. You can, as I said, you can find the link in the description box of this video. And thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com. If you really like this video, subscribe my channel and forward it to your friends and colleagues. And we have many other videos in many technologies in my channel, and we provide videos in two languages, English and Tamil. So thanks for watching A to Z knowledge.com.